Okay, here we go. Okay, just remember, I am doing these because they're approved moves for my recovery situation, which I'm not cleared to lift anything over 5 pounds until the 1st of December, that first week. I was just checking. You notice I have my gloves on, even though I'm not lifting. That tends to give your joints and your wrists and everything a little support. But I'm barefooted, okay? Sure, you could have those socks on that have little sticky things on the bottom. Try anything to help you ambulate barefooted at least 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes every day. Because what I'm going to do with you today is a combination of body weight strength, which if you want to, you can put a weight vest on, or you can pick up a weight in any of these moves that I'm going to do with you today. What I am going to do with you, and I'm going to encourage you, is to have a band, because we are going to use a band. I have my little 2-inch platform, and one of the things that I have that's available anywhere to anybody, I got this one from Duluth. It's really a heavy duty one. It's just a gardener's pad. So Chrissy will tell you, about gardener's pads. If you're going to do kneeling, we might do kneeling from the chair today. But that said, strengthening moves, and specifically 5 moves that's going to help you to navigate stairs stronger and better. And some of you are like, oh, I'm going to get my knee replaced. I know. We talked to Mary Martin, who's going to do that. Do you see what I'm doing right now? I'm starting at your foundation. Yeah, I have to get warmed up. I have my pole. I could have a counter here. Step forward and allow my knee to drift over my toes. Okay, see how I pick up my leg back there? I'll turn it just a little bit if I can get Mac to move. This is my senior little dog. Mac, you got to move back. Thank you. Go lay down. So I step on that pad, and you're saying, I don't have a gardener's pad. Well, then just use this. You step on it, you pull your rib cage up, put your hand on the wall. This is my wall, or a pole. And here's the important thing. I'm waking your feet up. I have a pad under my foot so that I don't damage tender feet tendons, ligaments, fascia, bones. You see what I'm doing right now? I'm putting my hand here. I lifted my foot up. I'm letting my knee drift over the balls of my feet a little, and then I'm holding it. Then when I go back, look at the position of this leg. If you're a walker, if you do any kind of dancing, if you do any kind of ambulation regularly, pay attention to the next couple moves I'm doing. This one, see how I lifted? My rib cage is up, I'm hip hinged, but my knee is tracking out over my toes a little. But guess what my toes are doing? They're splaying. I'm putting a little pressure, especially into the ball of the foot. Then I'm going to put this foot down, and I'm going to bend the knee, and I'm going to roll into the heel and straighten my leg. You see that? Now, when you do that, and then you keep your heel down and back, and you just shift forward into a flat foot. Right now, you don't go into the ball of your foot. You're on a flat foot, but back here, your heel is down. And I went from a bent knee to a straight leg. And I want you to go far enough forward in this shift with your rib cage up, your chin tucked, breathing through the nose, shoulders down, that you feel a gentle stretch on the calf. And if you're going to get a calf stretch in this position, you got to keep this knee straight. This knee is pushing forward. You got it? Keep that knee down and you're going to feel the stretch. It's a gentle stretch. It's not hard. We're going to get to hard in just a minute. Everybody glosses over this move. And then they wonder why they have a soreness in their heel. Oh my goodness, because you overdid it. Okay, bring that foot back and just go like this. See? So I was holding on one side. I'm waking up the feet. And a lot of us have issues with our knee, our hip, our back, and a lot of times it starts from dysfunctional feet, dysfunctional strength, dysfunctional mobility, or deficient mobility in your feet. And you're saying, well, how can that be? How can that be? I've got these great shoes. I'm like, take a look at your shoes. And you know what? Here's the thing. Everybody, so I changed feet. So it could be, I'm using the garden pad. It gives me a little cushioning, but it's still uneven, or it's giving, it's squishy. It's not like a hard floor. So here's the first thing. I have my hand on this pole. It could be a counter. It could be a chair. It could be a wall. See, I don't have a wall around me, so it's here. When you do the first press, see, my heel is lifted and back, but I'm pressing into the ball of my foot. When you press into the ball of your foot, it is going to put lots of pressure into the dome of the foot or the arch. So be careful that you don't overdo it, okay? You only let your knee drift out over your toes a little, and you're pressing into the ball of the foot. My heel is down, but I have very gentle pressure on my heel. It's primarily in the ball of the foot. And my toes are not squished. They're opened, they're splayed. So this is one of the best ways to get strength happening in that part of the foot. And if you stay here while I'm talking and holding your knee out over, you're drifted your knee out over your toes, so you have a lot of pressure coming down there. Take big breaths. You're going to feel it. Okay, now I'm going to shift. I'm going to go back to that back bent knee. The back bent knee. Okay, so you put a little pressure, like you're putting your knee down and back. Take breaths. Through your nose. Yeah, through your nose and out through your nose, or through your nose and out through your mouth. But really, really try to breathe through your nose. And someone will say, oh, I just can't do that. And I'm like, yes, you can. All you have to do is shut your mouth. You're not going to breathe through your ears. Shut your mouth. You will breathe through your nose. I know. Okay, my knee is bent. I'm holding it. My foot is flat. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to straighten the back leg. And yeah, I'm holding it here. My knee is on over the toe specifically right now. Big breath through your nose. Drop your shoulders. Leg in the back is straight. Now you press. Press that knee forward. Yeah, keep the heel down. Keep the heel down and back. And your heel is down in front too. You're shifting your knees out over the toe a little bit, but not as much as it was the first time we did it. Okay. You should be feeling that down in the lower part of your calf as you're pressing, but your rib cage's got to be up. Chin is tucked, breathing through your nose, pressing onto the chair or the wall, keeping your balance, holding. Yeah, until you're feeling it. And you're like, and I feel it. I don't know how long more I can say. Just take a breath. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Yes, press. Keep your heel down. The leg is straight and back. Leg is very straight and back. Big breath, big breath, big breath. And bend the knee in the back. Push back. There you go. Okay? Now I'm going to stand right here on my little pad. It could be this one. I just happen to have this here and I wanted to bring it into the situation because a lot of places that you go, you could even chunk this in a suitcase, okay, to have a little uneven surface. You can put it in the bottom of your suitcase. Okay, here we go. In our quest to wake our feet up, to find out where are those deficiencies that I have, we're going to go to the side. We're going to bring it back in. Now, in order to go to the side, and again, I could be doing all of this with a weight vest on. If I wanted to make this workout a little more challenging, I could do every bit of this with a weight vest. My only caution to you would be you have to be impeccable with and constantly reminding yourself to stand in good postural lineup. So here I am. I'm going to soften my knees. I'm not going to bend them. Soften them. My tummy is braced. Shoulder is down. Chin is tucked. This is the way you need to be functioning. And I'm telling you, let me just take a little outtake here. We're on here. We're fixing to step out and come back. We're going to step out and come back. And what am I doing? I'm softening my knee. That means I need to hip hinge a little. And that means that my whole foot, all four corners, has to be working. But let me caution you on this. Don't squeeze your toes. Open your toes. Splay them. Open them. Okay? So, as I'm doing this, and I'm getting you ready, I'm going to get you going on this so you can keep doing something while I explain something here. The postural lineup that I just went over, see how I'm just tapping my foot out to the side? This right here? Yeah, just tapping my foot outside. I'm standing on one leg for a split second. Longer if you choose it. How do you make it longer? You just hang your foot out there and you just go tap, tap, tap. And you keep your knee soft. Okay? Listen, if you're not doing a ton of heavy weights and stuff like that, which I can't right now, and you want to keep balance and you want to keep the muscles around your joints in your leg strong, you better hone in on this move right here. See this little side tapping? I'm standing on one leg for an extended period of time. And I could be holding a weight, or I could have a weight vest on to make this more challenging. However, if you don't have that, it's okay. Line yourself up and then just do gentle little taps, see? And when you start wobbling in your foot, don't let the toes squeeze together. Open them, because that helps your toes start to strengthen and then come back in. So keep doing this. So I got you started on this. Is a challenge that everybody's heard about it, and everybody's like, oh yeah, I'll do that in class. And then you don't do it for the rest of the week or your day. I am telling you, one-legged stances, and especially as you adduct and abduct with your hips, this move, especially holding, so you get the benefit of single leg stance, lining up, and adduction and abduction, okay? Adduction, abduction, taking away from, bringing the leg back in. This move right here, along with one or two other little leg challenges, will ensure that you will be one of the ones that is going to fall less. It is an absolute studied fact, and they're studying a lot on this very phenomenon of people over 65 taking a fall and all the costs that come with that. I'm giving you a recipe right now. And if you had a weight vest on, or if you're holding a weight and doing this very move, it could be any weight. It could be 5 pounds. In fact, I could lift up 5 pounds and hold it here. I'm not going to do that quite yet, I think, because I don't want to push it. This right here, and holding, okay? See, just twiddle your toes here, and you're going to feel this rocking and rolling all over the place. And you know what you're going to want to do? You're going to round your back. You're going to want to do funny things with your feet. Open those toes. Drop your shoulders. Fight it. Breath, breath, breath. Bring it back in. See that? So now I'm going to go off into the veering off that I was going to do before I started, because I want you to keep doing something while I'm explaining this. Listen, one of the reasons for our taking falls is postural issues. I notice it in myself. When I start to walk, am I lined up? No. When we start walking, it could be because of arthritis. Keep doing that abduction, adduction. When you start to walk, I do it myself. I have to remind myself, don't do this. It's a habitual thing. We're standing here, we line ourselves up, everything's great and good. And you can even test yourself by putting your little rod right here. See? I'm going to keep my chin tucked, shoulders down, and it goes right to the coccyx, middle of my shoulder blades, back of my skull, back of my head. Okay? Everything's good. We do our one-legged challenges, everything's good. And then we forget it and we start to walk and we bend like this and we take our first few steps. I've talked about this before, but I want to bring it back to you again. Don't do that. Pretend that you have this rod right here. Take a step by lifting your knee. Okay? Don't do this. If you will think about this principle that I'm talking about right now, oh my goodness, it will make such a huge difference, because see, we can work on our strength work, we can work on one-legged challenge, we can do all of this. But if our posture falls apart when we go to walk, then everything kind of falls apart, right? So I wanted to just bring that out to you. So what I'm going to do now, because I've started with the feet, I'm going to continue with the feet. And I'm going to continue with the feet now by adding a 2-foot inch rise, okay, with my little balance pad. Okay, so we're going to do 2 things that are very important in getting ourselves readied up to walk better and to handle stairs better. And we're going to do it with a 2-inch drop. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use my wall, my rod, a chair. See, I can put my chair right here. I can have a rod on one side, a chair on one side. It could be a wall, a counter, you get the idea. I'm going to step back so that my heels go off the pad. Okay, my heels are dropped now. I'm standing really straight, right? I'm using my wall, my chair lightly. I'm stretching my heel cords. So if I had somebody that had plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, itises of the feet, you gotta go gently. So a 2-inch drop is good. And then I would press into the balls of my feet and I would bring those calves up just a little. I wouldn't go all the way up on the balls of the feet. I would go up a little. Now at this point, I would ask myself, okay, I'm doing all this foot and calf work, but, and that's my question concerning your butt. Squeeze the quarter, brace, Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Squeeze the quarter as you go up into your toe box, which we worked on already. Now drop the heels. Yes. And it's gonna protect you because we're only dropping 2 inches, right? We're not like on a step where you're gonna drop 6 to 8 inches, right? So drop your shoulders, take a big breath, squeeze the quarter. Yeah, it's that simple, and you will wake up your butt muscles, okay? So drop the shoulders, tight tummy. Now rotate into the balls of the feet. You're gonna go up from your heel, but see, I'm not gonna go way up because I'm not gonna push it. I'm gonna go up a little. I feel it in my calves. I'm squeezing that quarter. Okay, now drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down. And guess what? There's those of you out there who have had stints of physical therapy. I don't care if it was a knee replacement, a hip replacement, if you had Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, I'm going up again with my heels. Breath through the nose, bring your heels up, push down gently on those stability bars that you have. See, keep your heels up. See, I'm holding it here for a reason. Squeeze the quarter, squeeze it. Yeah, hold it up there. You're pushing into the balls of your feet. Splay your toes. Big breath. Yes, now slowly drop that heel down. Yes, just like that. Okay, now we held it. I didn't do, 10 or 20. I did, maybe 3 to 5. I'll say that. Kathy knows exactly how many I did. Okay, step in here. You should have felt it. I don't care if you had weight or not. You should have felt it. Okay, now we're going to do the other end of this move, which is, I'm thinking you can see me okay, but I'm going to move my whole thing back a little so you can really see what I'm doing. That helped? Here's my tennis ball that we're going to do here in just a second. Okay, here's the deal. This is going to be tantamount to working on a slant board. Some of you know what I mean, some of you don't. I'm being careful the way I'm moving. Chrissy and Kathy. Kay's just going to say, well, if you hurt yourself, you're going to hurt yourself. She's a veteran teacher. You're going to do what you're going to do. Okay, here we go. Drop your shoulders. Do you see what I did? See what I did? I'm going to take and put my heel on the, a bit in on the bounce pad. So my toes are down now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my knees track over my toes. Okay, this is kind of an important move. And we haven't done this one a ton. I've introduced it before, but here's the deal. We're going to go down, but we're not going to push our butt back. That's the different thing here, okay? So drop your shoulders, breath. Bend at the knees. You're pushing into the heels. And you're going to come down as far as you feel you can as you're stabilizing yourself until you feel it right here. So see, I don't want you pushing your butt back a tremendous amount. I want you to just come down here and bend the knees so the knees are tracking almost over the toes. And you're going to hold it here. Now, if you're doing this and you have a weight vest on, let me tell you, you will feel the burn right here, okay? A little bit in your gluteal, but especially here. Now come back up, just straighten your legs, and now bring one toe up, then the other toe up. See that? So don't lock your knees. One toe comes up, the other toe comes up. Okay. Are you continuing to squeeze the quarter? If you totally lost it, yeah, maybe you need to really think about how much you contract your gluteal muscles through the day as you're walking around, sitting and standing, doing things. Squeeze the quarter gently right now as you bring one toe up, then the other toe up. One toe up, then the other toe up. And now you've got both heels down, bring them both up. And be careful, that's going to put you in an unbalanced situation. Okay? But it's going to make you fire the muscles in front of your shin. And you can do one at a time. If two of them bother you, go ahead and do one at a time. You don't have to do them both together. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Take a big deep breath. Take a big deep breath. Heel raises is what I'm trying to hammer on right now. Heel raises. We've done standing hip abductions. We've done it on the pad. We've done heel raises. We've done toe raises. These are all the elements that is needed to do stairs better, to have better balance. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and grab our little pad. We're going to put it in our chair. I'm going to use my bar. And one of the important moves is a wall sit or holding in a sit to stand. So I don't have a wall right here, but generally what I'll do with anybody that wants to help their legs get stronger is I'll have them go against a wall and do a wall sit. So we're going to do the next best thing. We're going to go hip width apart, or shoulder width apart, I should say that. We're going to do a hip hinge, okay? So a hip hinge paired with what we just came off of, very good for your legs. So I'm going to do modified. I'm going to come right down here. I'm going to take a big deep breath, and then I'm going to come back up. And I'm going to squeeze a quarter. Yes. Okay, and you can do all this with a weight vest, or you can do it holding weights. Typically, I would be holding weights, okay? And I could pick up a 3 and a 3, but I may do that next week. We'll see. I'm not quite, I have to wait till I get into November for my recovery. Okay, here we go. But I'm telling you so that you can get the best out of this. So see, I might have my weight here, and then I'm going to come up here. But when I come up here, I have to train myself to squeeze my gluteals. Yes. And then I'll take a little side break, and I'm going to do about 4 repetitions. I'm going to go down easy. So see, it's a hold pattern. And then I'm going to come up and squeeze. Big breath. So I'm going to go 2 or 3 times the amount of time sitting down as standing up. And I've done that before with you. But honestly, this is one of the kingpin moves. A wall sit or a holding beginning of a deadlift. That's what this is. It's a sit to stand. I hate to say deadlift because that might intimidate you. Okay? Take a breath and come back up. Squeeze. Breath. Drop your shoulders. Go down. The knees will track out just a little bit. You're dropping down. You're holding it, holding it, holding it, holding it, holding it. And then you come up and you squeeze right there. Ah, that is so important. Then when you're ready to go down, you release. So you got to get used to turning on those gluteal muscles and turning them off. So release, okay, and go down and hang out here. Just hang out here for a bit. Take big deep breaths. You can come here if you have a weight. Breath. I'm holding. I'm not touching anything. I'm on all 4 corners of my feet. My chin is tucked. Take a breath. Now push into the heels and squeeze. Ugh, right there. Squeeze. Now, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to add a little feature on this particular move. And again, I'm emphasizing the moves that you gotta slip into your weekly repertoire to A, strengthen your whole body, but you can handle stairs better. And one of them is a wall sit or a deadlift hold. Okay? Have a weight if you can, and you hold it down here, and you take a big deep breath, and you take a breath, and you say rib cage up, and you press, and then you come back up, and you squeeze, 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 squeeze. Okay? So, along with heel raises, along with wall sits, along with, you can either add, you can add weights and make this harder or not. Very important in stair climbing. And of course, a step down, which is what we did, and I'm going to do it pronounced here in just a second. But before we do that, I'm going to take my wall sit or my holding hip hinge or sit down or wall sit. I'm doing this instead of a wall sit, and I'm going to actually sit down. Okay? So I'm going to come right here. I'm going to go right down to the sit down. And when you start, if you are recovering from knee replacements, if you're recovering from any kind of operation, you know, the first thing you got to get back going is sitting to stand, a sit to stand. So here we are. You can do it with a weight vest. You can do it holding on to one weight. You can hold it on to two weights. Hopefully next week I'll be holding one weight at least 5 pounds, because she told me I could do 5 pounds, but not quite yet. Okay, here we go. I'm going to come right here. I'm not going to use momentum. I'm going to press, and then I'm going to step forward. And I'm going to come back, and I'm going to step forward. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to tighten in. I may have a weight. I may have a weight vest. Postural lineup is very important. Wider than shoulder with your feet. Your feet can be turned out just a little bit, but primarily straight. I'm going to come down, 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 and sit. Take a big deep breath. Then I'm going to come right back up. 1, 2, step. And here I'm bringing in the foot patterning. Step. Okay, I'm going to go to toe flexion. I'm going to say rib cage up. So this is a practice so that when we start to ambulate, I don't care if you're getting up out of a chair. I don't care if you're, taking your first steps in the morning. Take a few seconds to get your wits about you. And instead of doing this, we're going to do, here we go, sit, stand, and step. See that? So rib cage up, drop your shoulders. Okay, I got to go back here, right? Got to go back here. I got to use everything to get me back here. And if I had a 20-pound weight vest on, yeah, I'd be feeling this, okay? Take a breath. Sit. Okay, take a big breath. And stand and ambulate. See how I kept my rib cage up? I didn't hunker down. You don't want to hunker down and take those first crazy looking steps. Don't do it. Just hesitate. Use the hesitation. Let's practice why I'm doing this right now. I want you to think about your movement patterns through the day. Sit. Anytime you find yourself sitting, anytime, go through this little mantra. Drop my shoulders. Will my hips allow me to go forward and back just a little? Do I feel some contraction with my stomach? Breath, am I breathing through my nose, dropping my shoulders, dropping my chin? Hip hinge, press into all 4 corners of your feet. Then you shift to the heels, right there, and you come up And now here's that first step. Bring that knee up. Don't hunker down. And then just really push this. We've already practiced all of these moves. I did laboriously went through the first because it was about your ankles. It was about waking your toes up. I didn't want to spend all the time telling you the hundreds of things that happen in your feet when you ambulate. Oh my goodness, this is what we have to really focus on, okay? Because that's your independence. And if you do all this weighted at least once or twice a week, that's a good thing, okay? So see how I'm really bending forward again? So I'm bringing back into this movement pattern what we just did to get ready for it. Then I'm going to come back. Then I'm going to go press. I'm going to come down. I'm going to hold. Take a big deep breath. Take a big deep breath. Hold, 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 and down. Okay? Drop your shoulders. Here's a fun thing to try. When you're when you're doing a sit to stand, and if you're eating really well and you're taking care of yourself and you're very regular, you're going to do this at least once a day, aren't you? You gotta sit to stand. So when you're going to do this, press and just kind of bring so that you're yourself up and just sing a little happy birthday song to you. Okay, if you sing a happy birthday song when you're in this position, sing it all the way through and then step up. That's a trick for getting you to hold for a little bit. Then you step forward. Now, whatever's going on with you, whether you have weights or not, when you're going to step forward, I don't care if it's normal or it's exaggerated, okay? You got to think about what you're doing, okay? Because you will have kyphosis or rounding if you're not thinking about it. Okie dokie? All right, now we're going to move on to bringing our little band in. So I have my band, but before I do that, I'm going to use this again. And because I only have 2 inches here, and I'm doing it with you on the 2-inch thing, just so it doesn't confuse you. Do you see this? Okay, let me put it over here. Okay. You see the height here? See that? I can't remember. This is either 6 or 8 inches. I think it might be 8 inches. It's 8 inches. This is 2 inches. If you're standing there, I'm going to use this in just a second, and you step down. Just barely step down and step back and step down and step back. And get yourself posturally lined up. Big breath, step down and step back. And when you step down, I want you to hesitate. You're going to need to use your bar when you hesitate. Don't use it heavily, but always be safe. See this? See this? See this? See, I hesitated. And then I come back up. Now, right now, squeeze the quarter. Yes. Big breath. Yes. Tight, braced. Hip hinge a little. But then you're bending and you've got to step down. See that? So it's working a step down. I'm going to just come here for a second to show you that if you were on any normal step anywhere, it's always usually going to be anywhere from 6 to 8 inches of a drop. Do you see this? Yeah, we have to be able to do this. It's going to do more for you than just being able to handle stairs better. If you're in a postural lineup, and you hesitate as you're going down, you're going to really have an awakening to how well you're functioning with your ankles, feet, knees, hips. And then to come back up, that's why I like you to do it on stairs. For me, this is my hip replacement. This is my full foot reconstruction side. And I need to have a chair on the other side in order for me to safely come back up. Do you see that? Yeah, I'm going to really work on this aspect of stair climbing. This. And I'm going to hesitate as I do it. So I'm going to hesitate going down. Yeah. And then to come back up, drop my shoulders, big breath, hip hinge, tight, press. So that's my big challenge, and I can do it on any stairs, anywhere, especially if you've got a hand railing to be on. That's a very important thing. Okay, now I'm going to add this into some of these stepping patterns that we've been doing today. And if any of you have ever had, again, PT for any kind of thing with your legs or your hips, I'll guarantee you worked with these and you did giant steps and you did all kinds of stuff. Okay? Now, it's pretty easy. You just loop it like that, and then loop it like that, and you bring it right up here. Right now, we're going to work around our knees. See that? That's it. Okay? Now we're going to do that ambulation that I've worked the whole session to get you to do better, to get you to not have kyphosis, which is a rounding, when you take the first few steps. Okay, and now I'm going to do it with a little resistance. So this has everything to do with ankle, knee, and hip strength and mobility. Okay, so rib cage up. I've got my little band here. See, I don't have it right in here because then I lose my band. So I want to keep it taut right here. See, just like that. Not real wide, but I want to bring my knee up. Just like that. See that? I'm going to bring it back. I'm just going to get my bearings. And if you need to have to do this with a wall, if you need to hold on to a counter and do it, great. But what you're trying to do is get to where you can do about 3 sets of 10 steps. Yeah, it's 30 steps. It's like nothing. However, if you get to where you can do these giant steps, okay, and you don't swing your leg, that's using momentum, and you do it front to back. So like if you have an area that you can take 5 to 10 steps and you're really keeping that band taut, you take it off, you're going to feel that in fact you've worked your legs. Now, you're gonna, as you do this, you're going to be tempted because you're going to start saying, oh, I can do this, no problem. And you're going to release through here. Don't release. All right? This is trying to help you walk upright. So when you take those first couple steps, you're not hunkered down. Okay? And then if it crawls a little bit, if the thing moves, and experiment. You can go a little lower under the knee. Okay? And see which is better for you to do to feel more pull and to manage this type of a giant walk. I call them giant walks, okay? Take a big breath. So right now is where you need to stop and say rib cage up, drop my shoulders, breathe in through my nose, keep my chin tucked. I'm telling you, you win this war that I just went over, and you are going to stand head and shoulders above anybody in your age range that hasn't been clued on to the fact that you, in many instances, I would say pretty close to 70 to 80% of the time, you have a choice of functioning with better posture or just slumping around, okay? And some of us have real postural challenges, scoliosis, osteoporosis, arthritis, all of these, but you can still choose to try to, it might have to be more gradual, but I'm telling you, it is really, really worth it. Okay, so we did front to back walking. We could do stepping up, stepping down, but we're going to go to the side. Okay, and come back in. And again, the further down you go, the more you have to keep your knee now tracking in line with your ankle. So that's what I want you to hear me. See, I can go down. It's going to be more challenging up into the knee and joint and the hip. And that's why when you step out with a band, don't turn your knee. Keep your toes straight. Let your ankle lead. Tight tummy, come back in. Here we go, and come back in. And we can take this and step to the side and up to the side and up to the side and up to the side and up. Then we can go back the same way. All the way open. And if you're doing all of this ambulation with a wide band, adduction, abduction, side to side, side to side, side to side. Keep your toes forward. See how I'm stepping? Take a breath. Breath. Keep your toes forward. I'm just tapping now. You're going to really feel some burning going on here. Okay? So I'm trying to make the point that these simple moves, if you're very circumspect about how you're lining up and how you're working and how you're holding, it can have a profound effect on the way you handle balance and especially stairs and hiking and everything else. So you should be feeling warm right now. I know it. So step wide. Now we're going to go back and go into that all important sit down. So it's a sit to stand. The difference between this and a wall sit is you don't hip hinge. You come down with your shoulders up. Okay, it's very different move. You need both of them. So I tried to do some of that by doing the step downs a while ago, but I'm pretending now. One of the ways you can do that actually is actually use your bar if you don't have a wall. Say I don't have a wall right here. I could go over here and do it, but you couldn't see what I was doing. You want to actually push against a wall so that you slide down and you keep your feet down. I'm using this, so I want to slide down and stay upright. It's very different use of your back and your hips. Then when you come up, you squeeze the quarter. Big breath, drop your shoulders, slide down the wall. Let's pretend we're sliding down this wall, okay? It's a very different use, okay? Breath, and then come back up. Versus a hip hinge where you're going to go down to a squat and stand back up. You need both of them. So those are the very most important moves. I'm going to do one last one. That is it's been heralded as in a lot of these kinesthetic study labs, especially they're studying gerontology and the exercises that affect them the most. This is the one. What is it? It's the bird dog or the quadruped, as I have many times called it. I'm going to go like this so you see what I'm doing. I can go down to do it down on the floor. And if you can do this with a weight vest, get down on the floor. I'm going to do a modified one because there's many of you out there that probably need to do a modified one. You can get some of the same benefits. One hand in the middle. One hand's going to be up here. Opposite leg. Then I'm going to reach and I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to keep my chin tucked and I'm going to hold it right here. And I'm going to sing that little birthday song. Or you can sing your ABCs. And you're going to hold it and then you can tap, lift, tap, squeeze the quarter, tap, squeeze the quarter, breath, squeeze the quarter, breath, squeeze the quarter. Now hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And you can sing that little birthday song or you can sing the ABCs, however you need to. Squeeze, 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 take a breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You come in, you switch. One hand is up, one leg is back. Tighten your tummy, soften your elbow, reach and lift. And you're hanging out here in the bird dog move, or a quadruped is what it's termed. Breath, 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 hold it. Then do a few little dips. Breath, breath. And if you have a weight vest on, this is a pretty good workout. Breath, breath. Hang out here, hold, hold, squeeze the quarter, squeeze the quarter, squeeze it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back. So this is modified. I could do it up here, modified, or I could do it on all fours. Okay? So 5 moves: wall sits and or modified squats, step downs with weights, standing hip abduction. We did lots of them, right? Sit to stands with a band. I added heel raises. We did heel raises and toe raises. The bird dog, very important. These are the ones, and if you honed in on just these that I worked on today, I worked on the last week. I put a few little different twists on it. What I did not do, which I want to encourage you to do, is use a tennis ball, whether you're sitting or standing, and put it right in the middle of your foot and do a foot dome. Very important with your feet. It helps it realign. So, see, we can do stuff, right? Okay, I'm going to take it off to record. I know how to say record. Stop. It's record.